Lego doesn't make anything that represents real-world firearms, or they don't make any minifigures that are from past war conflicts, other than the Indiana Jones German minifigures and a few other weapons and accessories that we don't talk about. But for the most part, they just make quote-unquote blasters for your minifigures and your clone troopers from Star Wars. But I happen to make all sorts of custom injection molded ABS plastic accessories. That's the same exact process that Lego pieces are made with, and that's the same plastic that Lego pieces are physically made with in that process. So I injection mold ABS plastic into injection molds, and I make all sorts of weapons and accessories that Lego doesn't make. I've talked about it before on the channel, but I absolutely love history. I love learning about it, watching documentaries and whatnot, and I know a lot of you guys do as well. And that's how I started my business, making all sorts of different weapons and accessories and minifigures that Lego would not make, and they still won't make, and I made them for the Lego universe. So like I said, all the weapons fit seamlessly with minifigures. They are perfectly designed to clip into the minifigure's hands. And today I want to talk about some of the different weapons that Lego will never make, and they are never going to make, and that is all the different suppressed weapons that I make. Now, for those that don't know, what is a suppressor? It's commonly referred to as a silencer in most of the movies and whatnot that we watch and consume in our today's culture, but it's a suppressor. It slows down the gases that is propelling the bullet, and that in turn suppresses the noise of the actual gunshot. So that's what they actually are. It's not a silencer. I mean, you can call it that, but proper term would be a suppressor. So there's all sorts of different lengths, sizes, shapes, all sorts of craziness when it comes to suppressors. And today I wanted to go over all the different minifigure accessories that I did that are suppressed. Now, the reason why this is a big deal is a lot of companies miss out on this, and they don't actually include suppressors on their different weapons. I myself, being BrickTactical, stand out from the rest in the fact that I will show you guys, for example, a SBR, which is a short barreled rifle, or an AR, and you can see here it has no attachments on it whatsoever, so it's a very plain Jane, easy to customize weapon. And then I came out with a suppressed SBR with an optic. So now we have a suppressor, we have a foregrip, and we have an optic. So if you guys don't want to take X-Acto knives, glue, and paint and make your own, I offer two options, the plain Jane version or the suppressed version, so you guys can just buy what you want and you don't have to sit there with tweezers and little bit of super glue and make your own. So that's a pretty straightforward looking suppressor. It's just a cylinder basically. And the next one I want to show you guys is my BT-104 or the M104 shotgun with a giant suppressor on the end of it. So with a shotgun, you have a lot more volume of gas, and so the suppressor physically needs to be larger and longer to capture all of that gas. And so what's cool about this one is not only is it grippable with the minifigure, but it just looks awesome, and it's just giant, and it's so cool. And I've never seen someone do a suppressed shotgun in Lego. I've never seen it done before. I believe I am the first to say it, so I get to pat myself on the back there. But that is probably one of the most popular items I have on my website, just because it's so different and unique. It is very weird looking, but I think that's what makes it so cool, is it's just very different. Moving on to a AK-74U suppressed. This one's very interesting because the suppressor looks, once again, way different from the first one I showed you. Everyone's used to just the cylinder. This one has a couple different ridges and a couple different shapes, and then it actually has like a nose on the end of it that goes down very, like tapers down. And if we actually look at, this is I believe it's a PBS-4 suppressor. It's a variant of the PBS suppressor. It's a Russian suppressor. And if you take a look at the real world image, it's actually very accurate. And once again, very weird looking. And that's why this item's so popular, is because no one's done this before. It's very unique and it stands out from the rest. So I also offer that with a optic or not an optic. I just wanted to show you guys that. Another thing, let's go back to the generic looking suppressors. This is a 1911 with a suppressor here. Super simple. Then you can see the normal 1911 without the suppressor. Then I also have one with an optic. So there's a couple different versions of that as well. And then what's cool is I also offer, if we go ahead and take a look at the next one, this is a M6 carbine. So this is kind of a futuristic Halo weapon with a suppressor. Nothing too crazy, but I did want to show you guys, once again, a little bit different of a look. And then we also have the BTA-5K suppressor. This is a Halo gun that is from one of the Halo novels. And what's cool about this is, once again, different shape suppressor, but same concept overall. And I think it's a really cool look, just different. The next one is probably my favorite pistol. So once again, not a lot of people have done pistol suppressors as well. So this is the Glock 18 with the drum mag, with the little EOTech sight on it, with a generic suppressor. This one's a little bit different than the rest. There is a little bit of a detail behind the suppressor between the front sight and the actual suppressor. There's like a hex So that's very common on real world suppressors. It's kind of how you screw it on. So just a little bit of a detail there. It's also the same suppressor that's on my just generic Glock 18 with a extended mag and no optic. So you can see that here. And then if we go ahead and we move on to the next one. So this is the generic Russian PBS suppressor on a AK-47. Nothing crazy here. This one also does have an optic, but this one also, I would say, quote unquote, put BrickTactical on the map as far as it goes to suppressors, because this was one of the first things I did and people just were like, keep doing that, do more suppressors, yada, yada, yada. So I thought that was pretty cool. And let's go ahead and move on to the next one. This isn't a suppressor, but I figured I would mention it because it's a muzzle device. This is a compensator on a USP pistol. Just very cool and different looking. Once again, this isn't a suppressor. I'm very aware of that, but I just wanted to show it in this video. Then we have the M9 pistol with suppressor. This one's really cool because it is a wrapped suppressor. So it's very common to put these wraps or these shrouds on suppressors. I believe it's to help with heat, so you can actually grab the suppressor. This is a cool suppressor because it's different. It looks wrapped, and a lot of people like that. Next up, this was one of the first ones I also did, was the M4 Slim. This is one of the most popular ones that I've ever made. So this is what's called a integrated suppressor. So it's actually integrated into the rail of the actual rifle, and so it can make the weapon overall shorter. As you notice, a lot of these suppressors make the guns very long. This one has a shorter barrel, and then the suppressor is actually tucked into the handguard. So you get the best of both worlds as far as a shorter rifle to move in and out of vehicles and buildings, but it is suppressed. But the downside is you do have a shorter barrel, so you do lose some muzzle velocity and accuracy. Overall, I think it's a cool combination. Next one we have is the M7S. This is the Halo submachine gun. Really cool. I love giving these to Spartans so they can dual wield. A little bit different looking of a suppressor, but I just wanted to keep showing you guys there are different, looking suppressors. The next one we have is a kind of experimental World War II item. This is a suppressed Luger. Pretty straightforward. I don't think a lot of these saw action during the war, but I think it's very cool nonetheless. That's really all I have for suppressed guns. It doesn't sound like a lot, but I've got so many more coming for Black Friday that I can't wait to show you guys. So I hope you guys enjoyed this little bit of an informative video and learning about suppressors and minifigure accessories and how the way I look at things, right? So many people make minifigure accessories, but I want to add the attachments onto them, and I want to add, the foregrips, the muzzle brakes, the optics, the stocks, all these different things that make all these weapons so cool in real life. I want to bring that to Lego. All that being said, if you guys have any ideas for other weapons and accessories that you guys want suppressors on, let me know in the comments down below. Or if you guys have just brand new items that I haven't even made yet, I'm always looking for new ideas, so drop those in the comments down below if you guys want me to add suppressors to this item that I already make, or optics to this item, or extended mags to this, or drum mag to that. All this stuff is great feedback, and I look through all the comments, so I appreciate all the feedback you guys can give me. That's how I keep making all these cool products, is learning from you guys and making all sorts of cool stuff. So guys, check out the website, BrickTactical.com, link in the description, and I'll see you guys in another video. Peace out.